Here we are about 20 miles from Lakeview. Take a look out there. These are the first pinions. These are actually junipers, I'm sorry. First junipers I've seen thus far on the drive who have been cut. And I've seen these before. These have been here for at least 2 years or so. We're on Highway 395 right now. And along this beautiful, gorgeous little creek. Pretty thick forest. I mean, it's pretty unbelievable to me just looking at the forest out here. How anybody could think, you know, that it's not natural to have trees here and decide that restoration, quote unquote, is going to be served by cutting down these trees in the riparian zone. And, you know, in this beautiful, beautiful creek here, in some fantastic habitat. For elk, I just saw some pronghorn. I'm sure there's tons of deer in here, cougars, there's probably bears, all kinds of wildlife. And, you know, that's not to mention the birds and the trees themselves. And yet this is a site that I'm going to see all along this drive through eastern Oregon, down into Nevada as well. And it's happening all over the place. It's horrible. It's really horrible to see. And once you start looking for it, driving around in these rural areas of the Intermountain West, you'll see these projects everywhere. Even if you don't see the trees, the actual trees like we just saw right there, in many cases you'll see stumps, or you'll simply see these geometric patterns of areas that are suspiciously without forest in areas that are otherwise forested. And you know, that's these projects, whether it's for you know, so-called pinyon juniper quote unquote restoration, the Orwellian term, or whether it's you know, just ranchers clearing trees to create more fodder. Look at this, way more trees over here. These ones are newer. Their needles are still a little bit green. Those ones are more brown. They've dried out a little bit. It's kind of over this hillside here, so you can't see it super well. But just all along this creek, they've been clearing, and it's happening everywhere. It's a terrible, terrible thing, and I think that more people need to be speaking out about this issue. It's not only the destruction of forests, but they're destroying old-growth forests. These are pinyon juniper forests in the Intermountain West are some of the largest intact old-growth forests remaining in this entire country because they're largely not big enough to be useful for timber. So, you know, huge portions of them have been cut, mostly for mining in the past, turn of the century and early 1900s. But there's a lot of old growth left out there, and a lot of it's being destroyed. You know, I've seen trees that were probably 800 plus years old that have been killed in these quote unquote restoration projects. So, you know, I'm all in favor of restoration. You know, we need it for sure, but that's not cool. Check out here, just some nice fields of camas out here in this meadow. I don't know if you can see the blue and purple flowers, but camas, really great native food plant. Edible bulb, grows underground, really delicious when fried up or baked or anything like that. But yeah, that's the end of this video for now. Just wanted to show you those trees and how horrible it is that they're getting cut. Thanks for watching.